Welcome to today's episode of Tech Talk Today, where we dive into the fascinating world of blockchain technology, specifically focusing on the open network, or TON. When most people hear about blockchain, they often think about Bitcoin or maybe just cryptos in general. But TON is a whole different ballgame. It's designed to be super fast and secure, aiming for millions of transactions per second. Imagine a world where hundreds of millions of users are seamlessly interacting on a blockchain. It's ambitious, right? But what does that actually mean, and how does it work? The TON network has a unique structure that includes a master branch for the mainnet, which is like the stable version of its operations. This is where you'll find the code for validators and nodes. It's fascinating that updates to this branch are mainly emergency ones or critical fixes. It seems to lend an air of reliability. Then there's the testnet branch, which is like a playground for developers where they can test out new features before they go live. It's a crucial step in ensuring that everything works smoothly. Now, speaking of development, there are multiple ways you can get involved if you want to build decentralized applications or dApps on TON. The various tutorials available can make the learning curve less steep, which is something that often deters new developers entering the blockchain space. But let's talk about the nuts and bolts. How does one actually set things up? Whether you're using Ubuntu, macOS, or even Windows, the setup steps are detailed, which can feel a bit daunting at first. For instance, developers need to install a series of libraries to get things running, and you can almost sense the tension in the air as the commands are typed in. What if something goes wrong? The stakes feel high. So let's break it down a bit. The installation process requires some essential system libraries, and then, depending on your operating system, the commands change a bit. For developers on Windows, prepping the environment is an adventure all on its own, ensuring MS Visual Studio is set up correctly. Who thought getting into blockchain would involve navigating so many technical hurdles? And here's something interesting. Once you're set up, you can also compile TON binaries for WebAssembly or even libraries for Android. The versatility of TON in accommodating different platforms is something we don't often see, right? It's built to be portable and adaptable. But what about testing? That's where things get even more intriguing. Running tests on the built code is essential, and it requires some know-how too. Essentially, if you can't test it, how can you trust it? As we wrap up, let's reflect on what makes TON stand out in the crowded blockchain landscape. It's about security, scalability, and a community-driven approach that encourages contributions from developers worldwide. So for anyone who has ever thought that blockchain is just about currencies, think again. TON is paving the way for a new kind of digital ecosystem. Before we sign off, here's a thought-provoking question for you. With the rapid pace of blockchain innovation, do you think we'll see widespread adoption of decentralized applications in our everyday lives within the next few years? Just imagine the possibilities. Thanks for joining me today on Tech Talk Today. Don't forget to stay curious and keep exploring. Until next time.